questions.
Let's come out the box oppressive. What were the punishments you received as a kid from your parents?
Oh, I got a spanking on a few occasions as a child.
Ah, you were spanked, huh?
I was spanked. Yeah.
Not a timeout kid.
No, I was spanked. I think I was put in timeout a couple times as well. It varied.
So my dad will tell you this, like I was a good kid, right? I wasn't a bad kid. He's like, you never really kept me up at night, but I came home from middle school and I had this little racket going on. They would send you home with a packet of test grades, right? And when they had the packet of test grades, I realized really quick, the bad test grades, you just literally ripped out from the packet. And I just showed him all this. And this went on for like a month or two. And then finally I got busted. So he goes, what is this? And of course, I call it panic lying, and as I've gotten older, I realize in a panic, 95% of the population just lie. It's just like, is your hand in a cookie jar? No. Yes, it is. I see it. So he's like, I will tell you right now, if I turn and I find another one, you don't want me to find another one. And I was like, did you do another one? I'm like, no. Another panic lie. Of course, he flips a couple over later and he can see in the corner, right? I wasn't smart enough to rip out the rest of the paper from beneath the staple. And bro, we had a townhouse that went up and around like scissor stairs. I remember getting beat up and beat down and beat back up. I will tell you this, I never did it again. And ask me to this day why I have a problem if somebody lies to me. Oh, he got me. Dad licked me good. Dad licked me good. Scoopy.
Yeah, I didn't get in a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I did have a cocksucker for a stepdad. My first stepdad. What a piece of shit that guy was. So
all right. Therapy session is open.
Yeah. No, so we had some issues. He and I had some issues.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't really like, punishment per se.
Generous.
Oh, see, I grew up in a New Jersey Italian household. We had a wooden spoon that was reserved for beatings. It was a wooden cooking spoon.
Of course.
It had a big B on it.
It was a Bange cooking spoon. Yeah, no, it was reserved for beatings. It wasn't used to cook. This was the whooping spoon.
I love it.
Yeah.
I know that Ro, I know you got hit with the ruler by the
nun.
Sister nun or whatever.
Yeah.
On my hand, right? I got the scarf.
I remember. I mean, everyone else. I got a paddle when I was in elementary school. I don't know what I did. This is a public elementary school. They beat my ass.
Yeah.
Private schools, they were worse too. They didn't care.
Oh my God.
They got their authority from a higher power. That's what the nun told my dad.
Your parents were paying them to beat your ass.
God told me I can kick the shit out of your kid.
And then
the nuns were the worst.
To which my dad responded, you tell you and your higher power, you ever touch my kid again,
that's
I'm
right.
going to beat your ass.
These nuns thinking they could literally beat the evil out of you. They think they could beat the evil out of you.
I was like, pretty sure my dad just threatened a nun.
Oh.
Deservedly so.
You ever get caught with one? Listen, back in the day, be walking through the woods, stumble across an old rained out hustler. The nun catches you with some porn. Oh, buddy.
And then I heard on like some, the urban legend back there too, like
for themselves,
especially as you got older and like you were a high school like that back in the day, like if you did something wrong, like you would meet like the in shape, like Popeye looking priest in a boxing ring, and he would like just literally go rounds on your face, and that's the difference back then. Because if you went home and what our parents would say, and you went home, hey, I went into the boxing ring with, Father Joseph, and he beat my ass for 3 rounds, Dad. And what did your dad say? Yeah, probably good. You probably deserved it.
Exactly. Yeah. What did you do to deserve it? Yeah, what did you do?
What'd you do?
Yeah, that was the question.
What'd you do?
Not pissed off at the teacher. No, what did you do?
Yeah.
You were crying? Finish it.
Yeah,
I'll give you something to cry about.
Anymore. Yeah.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Up and down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
All right. Question number 2.
Jesus.
What are some recent scientific innovations or discoveries that give you hope for the future?
Oh, no, I can't say it. That was so close to coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, we got to put our thinking caps
hope
up.
for the future.
Mine is easy.
What's
Go
yours?
ahead.
It was all over the news. Elon Musk's Neuralink thing. They gave the guy who had You can think something and make it happen now on computers and stuff.
You know what?
I could be in a coma and play video games. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Well, and that's what he did. He stayed up for 6 hours playing a video game.
He played chess. He was playing chess. This is what you do. You give a man his power back. What's he do? Hand me a controller.
There you go.
Follow me on this one. You know, you got your significant other, your missus, I don't even care, your mistress. You have the Neuralink, and you have the Neuralink receptor to all of her buttons on her pants.
Oh, Jesus.
Just zip. I'm sorry. I would not use that, and I don't condone that. All right.
I'm not a scientist, but I would have to think that, and whether it's a Neuralink or one of the other companies doing it, this is how you're going to solve paralysis and stuff like that. This is the pathway to get to that, which would be amazing, dude. That would be absolutely amazing. Deaf people hearing, blind people seeing, dude, that would be insane.
I don't think it's going to be in our future, but
No. Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying, I don't think it's in our future. But what gives me hope for their future is that they are pushing pretty hard. Speaking of Mr. Musk about going to Mars and stuff, so I'm all for a total recall, moment. So come on, give him the air.
Get your ass to Mars,
bro. Humanity has needed a three-tit stripper for a long time.
Yeah, you make me wish that I had a third hand. That was a great movie.
Did you ever watch the second one with what's his name?
It was horrible.
Colin Farrell, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh,
they have a really bad job remaking movies.
Yeah,
they really, really do. They're butchering it.
Mm-hmm.
The new Roadhouse, terrible.
Is it bad?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I didn't watch it.
Roadhouse. The best thing about Roadhouse ever was the Family Guy
Peter Griffin
spoof on it. Yeah,
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, and he said, "You know what Roadhouse taught me? That all your problems can be solved with violence." So, Scooby, I don't think you answered, bro. I don't.
No.
Talk to me.
No, I had an answer, and I'm not allowed to say it. So let's move on.
So we're gonna move on to question 3.
Did Jenners have an answer?
Yeah, Neuralink.
Oh, Neuralink, right? Yeah, you're the best answer.
What would shock someone? Better. Yeah, what would shock someone the most? Time jumping from 1980 to today.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nobody wears headbands anymore.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that, not my official answer, but that people's hair isn't literally 18 inches off of
their so the sweatbands, the headbands, nobody wears them anymore. I mean, that would be a shock. Everybody wore them then, right? 1980?
Mm-hmm.
I think someone just walking down a street and just having people just walk into them because they're staring at their phones.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you just being like, what the fuck is going on here?
Must be a Neuralink thing.
Wow.
It's got to be this, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be the phone.
Got to be the phone.
This is the typewriter, the video camera, the everything. Everything you used to have in your house now you carry.
I think someone from the 80s would log on to a reel or TikTok and be like, what the fuck is this? Legit, what is this?
Yeah. What is this? Right.
What are we doing?
Right.
I think somebody from the 1980s, if they were jumping to today, would be thoroughly confused, in shock that there isn't a flying DeLorean taking them back to the future by now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd also be pissed that weed's legal and coke isn't.
Especially the 80s.
Especially the 80s, yeah.
To the Back to the Future note. Remember, right? Ronald Reagan's the president? Well, if you told somebody in the 80s Donald Trump was going to be the president of the United States.
Who's the vice president? Right? Jerry Lewis?
Good one.
Dude, that's a great one. Realizing that Donald Trump is the president here in the
president
80s.
of the United States. They'd be like, this is a joke.
Art of the deal guy is the president. That guy.
He's the president?
Ivanka's husband is the president?
The president?
And back then, they'd be like, the guy with the really nice hair?
Right?
Yeah.
The guy with the blonde locks?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
oh, my God.
He was the president. Exactly. And that would shock.
That's fun. That was a great one. Wow.
True.
That's absolutely what it would be.
That's a shock.
Question number 4. What is something you hated as a child, but love now?
for me to be a food thing.
Yeah, me too.
Vegetables in general, but Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. That is good. I did not like that as a child, and I've recently, like with the bacon and the.
Oh, come on, bro.
So we cook them all the time.
That's not how Mom made them when I was a kid.
So, all right. So let me take you back to the cocksucker of a stepdad that I had, right? So they would make boiled Brussels sprouts, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to come into a house that smells like dog shit, boil some Brussels sprouts. So we would have to eat these boiled Brussels. This was talk about a therapy session. This was bad, right? So I was unable to leave the table until I finished everything on my plate.
Oh, one of those
right?
guys.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in this type of existence.
I was kind of in that house.
Jesus.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Which most of the time I was okay with, except for the times that I had to eat Brussels sprouts. And I could not, there was nothing I could do to get out of it. So I would chew them up in my mouth. And then I would go to the bathroom and I would spit them out. But it was like this thing, right? So Brussels sprouts were like my fucking enemy for years because it just brought me right back to that kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
Love them now. Best vegetable ever.
I will add to this because we all went Brussels sprouts, and this is recent. I'm talking about within 2 weeks recent. You know, as a kid, and till now, I never, ever liked hot sauce. I just don't. I don't put hot sauce on anything. Excuse me. Nothing. And the other day, I went to this, and I think I told you, I went to this Cuban restaurant, and I had a arepa, and it was fantastic. And I got hot sauce with it. I don't know why. Something convinced my brain I need hot sauce on this thing. And yesterday I got another arepa and bought my first thing ever of hot sauce from Publix. So that is definitely something as a kid I did not like, but I like now. Jenner's.
Again, food related. Mine is going to be sushi, though.
Mm.
Hated sushi as a child. I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever made.
Yeah, well, that's
raw
just,
fish.
Yeah.
I took my dad to eat sushi for the first time because he had never eaten sushi and I had eaten it, and I wasabi bombed his ass.
Oh,
bastard.
That's not fair play. That's out of bounds.
Jesus,
that is a little.
I don't bounds.
Come on.
I will tell you this.
That is a little bit of payback for up and down the stairs.
Yeah,
my dad has never looked at me with such hate in his face than when I did that to him. Like the look that he gave me was of utter despair.
I love it.
And just anger. It was amazing.
Anyways.
All right, last question.
One.
Last question. What made you realize a girlfriend wasn't the one for you? I'll go first on this one. Scoop probably knows her. Scoop knows them all. Anyway, so I was dating this girl, and she just got a puppy, right? And not too long. Puppy's been there. And I still remember the puppy's name, Bailey. And I was hanging out with her that night, and we're like, okay, we had planned to go to her dad's house because we were staying at her mom's house that night. To go to her dad's house because dad was out of town, so she needed to go home to take care of Bailey, the puppy, new puppy. And when I was there, I was like, all right, we're going to go. And where are we going? I was like, well, we got to go take care of your new puppy. We got to go let him outside. You got to feed him. And she's like, nah, it's all right. And I was like, you're done. As soon as she did that, it was done. And for whatever reason, it was like, I can't trust you. You can't even go home to take care of a puppy.
Feed your dog, bro.
You can't even feed your dog. And you think I'm going to think of a long-time relationship, but you can't even feed a dog. And that was it. That's how I knew a girlfriend was not the one for me.
Actually.
Mm-hmm. Plus, she was dumb as a box of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Hot as fuck, but man, she was stupid.
She was
dumbest girl I've ever met. Dumbest person I've ever met.
Oh my goodness. Good times. But anyways, that's when I knew she wasn't the one.
I
mean, people would ask you, is she stupid? That's how dumb she was.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
You see, I don't really see up until my wife, I never really had a relationship go longer than a month. And it was just it was just various, they just get on my nerves. Just that's
I'm not
all.
remotely surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, so it was, one girl, we kissed and she opened her mouth like a fish but didn't use her tongue. And so I was like, well, this can never happen again.
That's
so
a
that
good
was
reason.
that. Yeah, that was that. So that was that. It was like the weirdest kiss. I still remember the weirdest kiss I've ever had in my entire life. But yeah,
It was
so
like
just super
one of
little
those
things
fish
like that.
on the window.
Yeah, I must have been just the most superficial asshole in the world when I was like fucking a teenager. Because like the minute you annoyed me, it was over. That was it. And until I met my wife, and now it's been like 20 something years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific one, but in general, girls that would just start drama to start drama. The minute it became, you didn't do this, I can't do, I'm out. I'm
There you
out.
go. Yeah.
I'm out right away. I'm like, no. I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, because if
What
it's
was
like
the
that when you're
actual question?
dating,
What made you realize a girlfriend wasn't the one for you?
she had a penis. No, I'm sorry.
That was a tough road to go down.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Mr. Barnes. So I was with my last girlfriend before Steph. Steph and I have been together for 20. What year are we in?
24.
26 years. So I was with my ex-girlfriend prior to that until the moment I saw Stephanie standing across the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, son of a bitch.
How long had you been with the one before?
Like 3 years.
Oh wow. So you were a long-term relationship guy.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how much time was in between the two relationships, like the breakup and the starting to see Steph?
I'm a little while. Like it wasn't. Yeah.
So you're not the friend that goes immediately from one relationship into the other.
No, I did not.
Okay, because we all had that friend.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Incapable of being
Okay.
alone guy.
Exactly.
But, I will say this. I will say this. Not to my credit, that was probably all because of Steph.
Mm.
Like I probably would have. I mean, I broke up with my other girlfriend because I saw the woman. Right. And I said to my friend, she was actually talking. So Steph was talking to a fraternity brother of mine. And I was with another fraternity brother of mine. We were standing there. We were at this bar in Tampa. And I looked at my buddy who was standing next to me, and I said, holy fuck, that's Mrs. Hannah. Right there. So I literally said it out loud. And I went over, kicked my other fraternity brother out of the conversation. Sorry, George. And here we are.
There we go.
Sorry, George.
Sorry, George.
That was his name. True story.
Okay. You ever talked to George?
No.
Okay.
He's probably still mad about it.
So hold on.
George is a priest, lives in a monastery, has never had sex.
I'm just laughing.
Sorry, George.
Sorry,
I
George.
would say he's fine with the nuns every day.
Okay, gotcha.
Everything's fine.
No,
It's a big clergy, man.
This is not meant to be a bonus question. This just happens to be the question right under the question that was just asked. But it says, when getting to know a girl, what's the biggest red flag you ignored because she was attractive? She was done with a box of rocks.
Oh,
There you go.
100%. Yes, that's a high.
I just-
Yeah, I've been
Always
there.
the answer.
Guilty,
Always.
100% guilty.
Always
Yes.
the answer.
So there you go.